Heyo, it's Joe, aka Mad Joe FC. So I'm going to discuss my own situation I've had with YouTube this year regarding them actively seeking out and penalizing my older content. After that, I'll share an idea I have for how YouTube could more fairly inform content creators about older content on their channels that no longer follows the rules of the current community guidelines on the platform. Jeez. I have no freaking idea how I'm going to condense the main point of this video into a title that isn't too long. So, people viewing this video who have been longtime subscribers know that for the past few years, my upload schedule has been very sporadic and inconsistent. People viewing this video who are getting it suggested to them in their recommended feed, most of the people tuning into this video according to the analytics for my recent uploads, do not know about my upload schedule. I bring up my upload schedule because ever since the beginning of June 2023, I've made an effort to start back uploading videos somewhat consistently again. Mainly general/social commentary style videos about different subjects and topics I'm interested in, instead of uploading a mishmash of different types of content like I was doing between 2020 to mid-2022. From May to September of 2022, I didn't upload anything. Then from September to November of the same year, I started back trying to upload videos consistently again, but then failed and didn't upload for 8 months. Then in June of 2023, I started uploading one video every week and have been trying my best to keep that happening. This is where my situation with YouTube for this year started. I emphasized the words this year because my channel has had a few issues with the platform before, but not to the extreme of what's been happening this year. After my first weekly upload, I started receiving emails from YouTube about older videos of mine from 5 to 6 years ago, getting a copyright claim, age restricted, blocked, etc. All things that, while not good, don't at all pose any kind of threat to my channel. So I was like, alright, whatever. Demonetize my older videos for copyrighted material, age restrict, and block certain ones. I ain't bothered about older videos of mine getting demonetized, age restricted, or blocked. The reason I wasn't bothered about those things happening to my older videos is because they were all just simple reaction videos. Nothing that required much hard work or effort from me to make. But then things very quickly started to take a scary turn. After my second weekly upload, YouTube slapped a big, bright, shiny strike on my channel. I was startled a bit, but wasn't really bothered. The content ID claims, age restrictions, and videos being blocked weren't detrimental to my channel. Though anyone who knows about YouTube's rules knows that a strike is detrimental to a creator's channel because you only need 3 for your channel to be permanently terminated. All your years of time, effort, energy, patience, sacrifice, and work, all of it snapped away in an instant, dusted out of existence in the blink of an eye. The reason I wasn't really bothered though is because throughout my 6 years uploading videos on my channel, I've received a few strikes, and I mean literally only a few. When I did get them, it wasn't like multiple strikes happened simultaneously. It was like 1 or maybe 2 strikes per year, and each strike happened months apart from each other. Therefore, I've never really faced any severe threat of my channel potentially being dusted. That was until I then received my second strike exactly 1 week after receiving my first one in June of the year this video is being uploaded. Until now, I've never had 2 back-to-back simultaneous strikes on my channel. Now, I am bothered. Because now, for the first time in my YouTube journey, I'm legitimately facing the possibility of my channel being terminated. All it takes now is 1 more strike, and a strike lasts for 90 days, which is 3 months. So it isn't like I can just remain calm and wait for the strike to end like how I usually do when I only have one strike. Now that I have two at once, there is a looming threat in the form of a potential third strike hovering over my channel. Some of you are probably thinking, how did reaction videos get your channel 2 consecutive strikes? I'll make it known that the 2 most recent strikes I received were both community guideline strikes and not copyright strikes. My reaction videos being hit by YouTube are from 5 to 6 years ago that in current day violate YouTube's many new community guidelines that have been implemented over the years. A lot of things I would do reactions to back in my early YouTube days were of try not to laugh challenges or fail compilations, which often contained various levels of violence, harassment, etc. Yeah, those things were passable to upload on YouTube until around 2017/2018, which is when the platform really started cracking down on that stuff. I understand they want to minimize the amount of raw violence, harassment, and abuse on the platform, but it just feels odd that it's like as soon as I start consistently uploading again once every week, the algorithm or the actual humans at YouTube headquarters seems to be actively seeking out my videos from over 5 years ago and penalizing me for content within those videos that no longer follows their guidelines. It feels weird that for the periods of time my channel was dormant, YouTube had no care in the world about monitoring my content. Then right when I start uploading videos again on a weekly basis, it's as if the platform has a red dot sight on my channel and is actively seeking out any content of mine that might even slightly violate their new rules in any type of way. Meanwhile, there are plenty of channels on the platform that have content with much more violence, harassment, and abuse in them, yet those channels' videos remain unchecked and untouched by YouTube. I'm not 100% saying that YouTube is intentionally seeking out certain creators' content that might violate the current guidelines, while choosing to leave other channels untouched. I'm just saying it really feels that way, but I don't have any proof of that being the case. I understand that things within my older reaction videos are now not suitable to be shown on YouTube, but I feel as if there should be a more fair method for how they address content creators about older content on their channel that no longer follows the current rules. A fairer method, at least for the creators that they do address, since it seems as if they choose to leave some of them alone. YouTube's current approach for addressing creators about older content of theirs that now violates the new guidelines is to pretty much immediately give them a community guideline strike right on the spot. The creator will get an email from YouTube saying that their video has received a strike for violating YouTube's guidelines. See, me no agree with that approach. I think it's very bogus and unfair to just instantly slap a creator's channel with a strike and inform them about it in an email without any prior warning, especially if it's older content from years ago that the creator has more than likely completely forgotten about. So now I'll share my idea for a more fair method YouTube could and should implement for how they address creators about their older content that no longer follows the current guidelines. I think that for any kind of violence, harassment, or abuse shown in a creator's videos, YouTube should first issue out a warning in the form of an email. Only a warning though, which would say something along the lines of, "Hi content creator, this is an email to inform you that we have checked this video and found content within it that violates the platform's current community guidelines. This email is simply a warning and won't have any negative effect on your channel. You have 3 days from the day we sent this email to remove the violating content out of your video or take down the video completely. If you don't adhere to what we're telling you to do regarding your video within the 3-day time period, we will remove the video ourselves and your channel will receive a 90-day strike." In my opinion, that is a very fair method that should absolutely be YouTube's approach for addressing creators about videos that include violence or harassment in them. Of course, there would need to be certain exceptions when it comes to things like real life death and, the four-letter word that starts with the letter R and ends with the letter E. Obviously, things like, I don't know, raw footage of a person who unalived themselves in a certain forest should not be monetized on YouTube. Surely, there isn't anyone stupid enough to do that though, right? Nobody would even think to be disrespectful enough to upload raw footage of a real unalived person on the platform, which arguably was the freaking catalyst for YouTube's enforcement of extremely strict guidelines. Nobody is insensitive and inconsiderate enough to do that, right? Oh, yeah. Turns out there are people dumb enough to do something like that. For the method I've been explaining, it would not apply to any content uploaded to the platform involving the R.E word, or people who are or already have unalived themselves in real life. Any videos uploaded to YouTube showing either of those things in them would immediately be taken down by YouTube, and the creator's channel would instantly be terminated. Some of you might think instantly terminating a channel for that offense is a bit too extreme, but I think of it this way. You record the video and know what's in the video. Then you edit the video, looking at the footage again while doing so. Then you choose to upload the video to a public video platform, knowing everything that is shown in the video. So if it's something as extreme as the two things I've mentioned, I think it should result in an instant termination because the creator knew everything shown in the video and made the choice to upload it for anyone to see. Not a mistake, because that implies it was accidental and unintentional, but the choice, which they could have chosen not to make. The creator knows the consequences and outcome that will result in uploading content with either of those things in it to YouTube, yet still decide to upload it anyway. Yeah, instant termination. Though any kind of content involving violence, harassment, or abuse not showing the R word or people unalived, I strongly believe that the 3-day warning only email method I explained should be implemented by YouTube. Again, especially for content that creators made years ago that at the time showed levels of violence, harassment, or abuse that used to be passable to upload on the platform. Creators could have a plethora of older videos with content within them that they don't even remember about anymore, but is now content that violates the current guidelines. It would be more fair to the creator to give them a warning message only and a short time period to cut the content out or take down the video completely before any action is actually taken by YouTube. Instead of them just instantly striking a channel for like a few seconds of mildly violent or harassment related content from videos they uploaded years ago when the current guidelines were not in place. Due to YouTube having given me 2 90-day strikes a week apart from each other, I've been taking action to hopefully avoid getting a 3rd strike. I've had to scour through my entire archive of what is currently over 1,400 videos, checking the titles of every video I've uploaded so that I can just delete and get rid of any try not to laugh or fail compilation reaction videos I've made throughout the years that might potentially have levels of violence, harassment, or abuse in them that are no longer tolerable to be shown on YouTube. I'm not even bothered about it, to be honest. Yeah, it sucks in the sense of me deleting parts of my YouTube journey and history. Though in the end, having all those types of older reaction videos from years ago still public on my channel just isn't worth the risk of my entire channel. Everything I've worked relentlessly on and built from literally 0 subscribers to all be blipped away in a nanosecond. I think it's pretty lame and petty for YouTube to actively target and shoot down videos of mine and launch 2 consecutive Moab strikes on my channel for relatively mild and tame violence, harassment, and abuse shown in videos I did reactions to back in the day. Yet, hugely popular and successful YouTubers like Logan Paul are able to show real-life unalived people and get away with it practically unscathed. Kinda drives home what I was saying earlier in the video about how it feels as if YouTube has a red dot sight on my and other smaller channels' videos for any sliver of content with violence, harassment, or abuse in it. Then the channels with the larger followings, being more financially beneficial to the platform as a whole, can upload whatever they want, and instead of being penalized, all they have to do is take down the video and make a pathetic apology video. As long as they do that, YouTube usually won't be concerned about penalizing them or making them face any sort of consequences for violating the current community guidelines. Seems fair, right? Totally no bias or favoritism happening. Even though I have been bashing YouTube in this video, at the end of the day, I still love it and it's always been my favorite social media platform. Throughout my YouTube journey, my channel has opened small doors for me and potentially large doors for me in the future. It's also how I met my girlfriend less than a year after I started making videos, which has literally altered and changed my life in a huge way. She and I started our long-distance relationship after a week of us introducing ourselves and talking in the comments section of new videos I would upload. Then after 2 years, I packed my stuff, said farewell to my parents and family, and moved to her home state to make it my home too, so that we could end the long distance. I still see my parents, siblings, and relatives by flying back to my home state 2 or 3 times each year. Though I am now living with my wonderful girlfriend of currently 5 years now, and the only reason and way we were ever able to find each other was through her watching and commenting on my YouTube videos. If it wasn't for YouTube existing, I would have never found the love of my life, and I never would have found my greatest passion, which is making content and entertaining people. Don't let the happy and positive ending to the video fool you though. I'm still displeased with YouTube's method for how they address and instantly penalize creators for non-suitable content on their channel. It's unfair in my opinion, and the fairer method I explained in the video is how I think YouTube should approach creators about their content. I really enjoyed making this video. Just a relaxed commentary about something I wanted to talk about with average gameplay and chill music, both serving as background noise and something to look at as I speak. Honestly, I think this is the way to go in terms of future content on the channel. I have tons, and when I say tons, I mean I have an entire list of at least 50 plus video ideas that just keeps growing each week. There are so many things I want to talk about. I've just been busy putting most of my time, focus, and energy into pursuing different self-employed, freelance type job ventures. I've been prioritizing that over my YouTube channel for over more than a year now, which has resulted in there being a massive drought of content on the channel. I'm feeling rejuvenated though, and have been doing my best recently to have somewhat of a consistent upload schedule again. Uploading at least 1 video a week, usually on Fridays around 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I hope you enjoyed watching, and post in the comments any questions or thoughts you have about what I said in the video, and also post your thoughts about how YouTube addresses content creators about content that violates the current community guidelines. I'd like to see what you say. Alright, that's it. Good times and positive vibes, everyone. Stay humble. Stay grateful.